Hi everyone, this is Mike Gordon. Welcome back to my perfect playthrough of Final Fantasy VI Advance. Our objective here is to beat the game, completing everything the game has to offer. Just a quick reminder here that, I'm going to swap out the Gale here, put in here for the sprint shoes so I could run around in this town. Okay, looks like it really is Albrecht that we are starting out in. And the whole purpose of the World of Ruin here is to go around recruiting whatever help we can find. May it be our additional playable characters, espers, whatever. Your objective is to get ready for the final battle. Huh. So that's interesting. So really the theme, in order to figure out what's going on, what to do, you want to talk to every NPC you can find. They might actually have something useful to say. Alright, I'm just trying to figure out how many of these Flame Tongues, Ice Brands, and Thunder Blades I should buy. Just know, I'm not gonna go straight to buy 99 of everything right away, because items in the World of Ruin are expensive, and there's a lot of stuff that's exclusively available in shops. Okay, this guy says nothing useful. Or... why no judgment, huh? Alright. So, careful reminder here, Solus' starting level is based on the total level average among all your party members when you start the world of, at the end of the World of Balance. Let's see if he says anything useful to say. Alright, I think that's the same exact thing that he said in the previous episode. I mean, in the World of Balance. However, it's actually much more relevant now than it was back then. Alright, just looking for NPCs here in the docks here. Can't seem to find it. There isn't anybody here, okay. So, sorry that it seems like I'm just wasting a ton of 8 dragons. Crusader, huh? So, in order to get Crusader, you have to slay each of the 8 dragons. Someone was looking for us, and he decided off to Tzen. Okay. Guess we now know to head north to Tzen. Death Gates, huh? I think we also heard something about Hubbaba in the 8 Dragons as well. I'm just looking around. Wow, I can't believe it. Albrecht doesn't sell anything unique in the relic shop. Well, unless you didn't get it the first time or playing through. In which that case would be totally understandable. Yeah, this guy was the only guy that felt that the days that the Empire occupied the town were the glory days. I guess that's the moral for you. Things can always get worse. And yes, we just had a musical glitch right there. The same thing kind of happened at the end of last episode when that big scary music was playing when the world came to an end, and it just kept blaring even when the text screen popped up saying the world came to the end that day. Huh. Alright, Kefka's tower was basically constructed by the remains of Vector and the floating continent. I'll put on the Gale hairpin once again because I absolutely do not want to get pincered. Alright, everything, you can't enter that tower quite yet. You can't enter the tower yet. The game won't let you. Alright, at least we could afford to run into this thing. And that's why I wanted Gale hairpins and the alarm earrings, because everything here can and will kill you. Just thinking, should I include the sprint shoes? Ultimately, I decided no. A tower on the Serpent Trench, eh? Alright. We can't actually leave the town at this point. So what happened was... Alright. Oh! New item here. Super Ball. That's really expensive though, so I'll only buy one for inventory's sake. And I'm just gonna check the shops here. Here's a free inn for us. Child? Okay. Yeah, that was like a misclick or something. Alright, there's no one in there. By the way, we can't leave the town or anything. We are basically committed to this little side quest. And yes, this is the first side quest of the World of Ruin, and there are a ton of them. Just forewarning, we're about to reach that point in the game where we will no longer be able to make story progression until we are good and ready. Alright, just buying a few burning fists for inventory. And I'm just gonna max out on berets. Berets are cheap, so I'll just max out on them right now. A little cautious. That's fine. We don't benefit from... Only Realm benefits from berets, so it's a useless piece of armor to buy, but, you know, good to get 99 of them right away. Just talking to these frantic... Wow, so they pissed off Kefka, he just... Actually, that's the thing. Everyone thinks that Kefka was just doing these things because they dared defy Kefka's will. But the fact of the matter was, Kefka's just doing this because he's bored. Everybody's just trying to keep their heads low and he's just nuking them. For some sick pleasure. That's not the Bracer. There really aren't any new items to get in shops outside the Super Bowl. Let's go to get some 99 of the cheaper stuff out of the way. And there... Actually, we don't have any means to survive these encounters anyway, so it's best to just get the stuff that'll help us run away. Even if we did, we don't want to gain experience. Holy cow! I don't know if there'll be any unique dialogue if you brought Edgar along. As far as I know, Souls is the only one with unique dialogue. Alright, here's the second healing rod. Just run away. Do not attack them or they will petrify you. Not that would matter because, these guys are extremely dangerous. Good, we got preemptive. And that's all the random encounters we have to worry about. Just the monster in a box there, and boom, we got all 3 encounters. And yes, I at the very least manipulated the step count to get here with just a single encounter. But, alright, here's another blood sword. Skip the monster in a box. Oh, another encounter. Alright. So yeah, so as far as I know, only Celis has unique dialogue with Sabin. I don't know if Edgar does or Cyan, but I believe they don't. And here's the Holy Rod. That's it for Crumbling House. Everything here is missable, so pick it up while you still can. Oh, thanks a lot, Say. It only took me 3 minutes. It'd take me a minute and a half if I had sprint shoes, but I don't want to chance it with the enemies. A, we don't want to gain experience with Celis, and B, everything will kill you, even if we did. Alright. So it's time to head out. Sabin is the only optional character that we can get at this point in time. We will need the airship in order to recruit everyone else. However, there are 2 mandatory recruits still left in the wings. Just waiting in the wings to be recruited and stuff. Alright, double earrings for Sabin. And I want to put him on the Golem Esper because he still needs to max out stamina. And now everyone has unique dialogue now that we've resolved the Crumbling House side quest. Again, it seems like Kefka punishes those that dare defy him, but really he's just doing it because he's bored. Hubbaba. Okay. So they're talking about Mobliz. Alright, that was the guy that we got the Seraph Esper from. It'd be cost you only 10 gil to get it now, though. So that guy was from Mobliz and witnessed that town get utterly destroyed by Kefka. Alright, head along the earth along the Serpent Trench to get to Nikeah. Alright. So we should head to either Mobliz or Nikeah. Let's try Mobliz first, but I'm going to once again manipulate the step count with the save and reset, which I already did off screen. And I'm trying to manipulate this so I could get Celis to run away. Alright, something wrong. You know, there's something wrong with the sound. Alright, I don't know what's wrong with the sound effects in this game. Maybe it's just a PAL thing. Alright, Sabin leveled up a bit. And I won't have to worry about encounters anymore. Because here's the Chocobo stable. That is a very fast and efficient way to get around in the World of Ruin without having to fear avoiding random encounters. This would take a lot longer without Chocobos, I'll tell you that much. Alright, we are trying... I'm sorry, I just get really disoriented when I play Mode 7 games on a Game Boy Advance. So it's very easy to get lost. It's not as bad now as it was in the world of Balance, because of that purple, red horizon. It's actually easier on the eyes, but still. Or I'm guessing that is Mobliz. So, yep. Alright, I just wanted to make some emergency, Alright, we got 2 new items. It's time to save our game, and let's check out Mobliz and see what the damage was. Wow! That's pretty, clearly apparent. Someone's coming! Alright, so there's something up with that. But first we want to stop by for the inn. Because really, this is the reason why there's a free inn at the back of the relic shop in the World of Balance. It's for this moment in particular. Because we no longer have access to the lower sections of Mobliz. That part's underwater, if not utterly destroyed. And it looks like the wounded lad didn't make it. By the way, the guy that made it out alive was the relic shop owner. He was the lone adult to survive Mobliz's destruction. Terra. Alright, we got our main character back. Psych. This is yet another side quest. And no, you can't recruit her right now. Yeah, she's once again proves to be a very weak protagonist in my book. Because again, luckily for us, she does show some level of urgency at this point. She isn't, I don't know what to do. Yeah, these poor children were all orphaned by Kafka. I think I already talked to him. Hey, by the way, Dwayne and Katarina here are teenagers. There was a subplot going on in the World Balance of them being young lovers that all the adults like to swoon over. I was just looking for a hidden item somewhere in town. You know, check the bottom corner HUD with the Mobliz. Alright, that actually sounds like the music worked here. The music worked as intended here. Maybe a little early, but still. It seemed like what happened was the parents tried to flee Mobliz and take their children with them, but when they realized that there was no there was no escaping Kefka's wrath, they prioritized saving their children over anything else. So, for once, Terra actually shows some freaking agency. And took some initiative. However, it seems like with Terra, the thing is she's just uses certain urgent matters in order to get away from the most what they could do that is most important for everyone involved. So that's great. Terra completely lost her confidence. I thought she was that confident to begin with. But we will see for ourselves what exactly we are talking about. Alright, I think what happened was I just thought there'd be more going on. Alright, Katerin and Dwayne. Oh, where's Dwayne? Oh, Hubbaba's coming! Yeah, Hubbaba's one of the 10 ancient creatures that arose from beneath the earth after Kafka destroyed the laid waste to the world. Alright, this guy's weak to poison, so I decided, you know what, let's cast Bio on him. Should be cost effective. Nope! It does 0 damage. You're supposed to lose this fight. Okay, let's try Break. Or Graviga? No? Yeah, I guess I have to do single target spells like Holy first. Because Gravity and Break magic don't work on yourself. That makes sense. For what's worth, Terra doesn't have any equipment on. She is completely naked. Yeah, you guys know what I'm talking about. So I have to sell this the long, hard way. Because Hubbaba here is programmed specifically to not take any damage whatsoever. Well, come on! I have no armor on, just hit me one more time and I'm good to go. Good. You're supposed to lose that fight. And that's the one thing I hate about low-level runs. Unfortunately, Solus is not going to survive long enough to cast Bio because she's extremely frail. Because at level 4, she is extremely frail. So yeah, alright, try to use a blitz to see which would deal more damage. The answer is to simply cast Bio, obviously. But really, we can't win this battle either. The only thing we can do is deal enough damage to scare him off. But we don't have the means to actually win. But, for future reference, Hubbaba is weak to poison. Alright, he fled. Alright. Alright, so I guess it's best to leave Terra alone for a bit. Alright, just speaking to all the NPCs. Huh? Figaro Magicite, cool. That's been the first piece of new Magicite that we got since, I don't know, episode 7, episode 8. You know, when we went to Tzen via airship for the first time. Alright, so all these other kids don't say anything new, so I checked everywhere and the Phoenix Sound doesn't appear to be anywhere in a new location, so it must be by an old place. Not sure why it wasn't available in the World of Balance, but it is now. There we go, Phoenix Sound. However, there's still one more item and we still don't have access to that item yet, so we'll have to come back later. Well, we'd have to come back later because we still need to recruit Terra. Alright. Yep, the one new spell learned is Spanish. However, we don't really have any good means to teach Celeste Spanish right now. Alright, manipulate the encounters with the save and reset. Save and reset. Basically, save buffering. By the way, the frame is 998. You want to avoid random encounters, or at the very least, the first at the start. We'll narrow it down to just one. Frame, the best frame to shoot for is 998. That's very easy to land, even casually. Well, in theory, I don't know how many frames it will take to get through the opening bios. All right, there you go. That's the tower that the cultist tower that we heard about from, I think, Tzen. But we have to move to the northwestern tip. That's where Nikeah is. Alright. Huh? Alright. 4 new espers. Alright, that's a very interesting bit of gossip. By the way, those 4 new espers that you spoke of were added to the Game Boy Advance version of the game. And at this point in time, at the time of this recording, the repixelated version of the game is out. I don't know if those 4 new espers were added back in. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the whole Doma Castle, there were monsters that came to him in those scary dreams. Alright, that's interesting. Now, there are plenty of new items to get in these newer shops in Nikeah and South Figaro. First of all, the Rune Blade, we could have gotten that from Narish in the World of Balance, but it becomes something better that's not as easy to acquire. So I picked those up, the new sword, the new weapons. Wait. Some new shields. Alright, helms. Just buying the diamond equipment. It's better than anything else that we have right now. So just buy 11 of everything. Huh. So maybe we can get some. Yeah, that Serpent Trench, that was that underwater place that we went to in the last episode. Now it's on the surface. Now I already talked to you. Alright. There aren't any new strangely enough, I don't think I saw a single brand new relic anywhere in the shop so far in the World of Ruin. Really, I'm just buying enough of those so that we can hold 11 copies of each. At the very least. Alright, so that sounds good here. So we could make it to South Figaro and maybe check up on Edgar in Figaro Castle. I'm sure he's back there. So we actually have to talk to all these guys. Worm tunnel. Alright. Gerad. Oh, come on. It can't be that easy, can it? Yeah, I got worms too. Oh, sandworms. Oh, come on. Can you let us through? Oh, Edgar. Yeah, the most disappointing thing is that Sabin doesn't have any unique lines of dialogue at this point. Even if you recruit him, he doesn't say anything. I've actually heard that that they did originally plan to give Sabin unique dialogue for this part, but for whatever reason they decided to scrape it because Sabin is an optional character. I don't know why. It seemed to make perfect sense to get Edgar and Sabin unique lines of dialogue in each other's scenarios. And yes, Gerad here is most definitely Edgar. Like, there's no subtlety. They literally reused the same sprite, just alter the color palette slightly. And oh yeah, they arranged the letters in his name. I know he doesn't have amnesia. This is just some solely subplot. Basically, he doesn't want the thieves to know that, oh, he's the king of Figaro Castle. Probably so they could keep his cooperation going. Alright. Oh no, we're not ready to sail back to Nikeah. Because if you sail back, you could run into Leviathan, which is one of the new espers. We absolutely do not want to mess with that yet. Alright, now that all the items that I left behind in the World of Balance have been upgraded, it's time to go fishing for them. They're basically scattered everywhere in the barrels and crates in this town. The teleport stone I got in the World of Balance would have became, I think, a Phoenix Down, so that was the lone downgrade, which is why I grabbed it when I did. Alright, holy water. Most of these items are much more expensive anyways. Alright, break into Figaro Castle. So... Alright. Yeah, and unfortunately, you're not exactly going to be able to bribe Kefka to leaving you alone. You just have to hope he doesn't target you out of boredom. Like what he did with Mobliz and Nikeah. Not Nikeah, Tzen. Alright. No, it doesn't make sense, but the idea of the statement is that you won't stop building yourselves back up. No matter how many times he brings you down. Which honestly is a good life philosophy to have. Alright. And I think we're fully stocked up on diamond equipment. And that's it for every item. Just thought there'd be an NPC back here. There wasn't. Alright, there wouldn't be... I don't think there's anything new in the item shop. I think Super Ball was the last new item included in the item shops, and only the item shop in Tzen carries them. Yeah, that's honestly fair. Huh. So her husband Duncan's alive, eh? Okay, I don't get it. I don't want to go down there. By the way, the enemy encounters in the South Figaro basement actually did not change at all. They are still the same enemies as before. You know, one of two places where the encounter rate doesn't change with the end of the world. First Imperial troopers and now thieves. Yeah, that little girl that kept coming into the bar for whatever reason, even though she's not allowed to be there. Yeah, it's implied that she's dead now. Alright, we gotta go in there. Alright, we've spoken to Gerad. Let's see if the... Well, aside from princess rings, there really isn't anything worth our while. Alright, time to rent yet another Chocobo. That huge shadow is Death Gaze, with the 10 or so monsters that were freed up by Kefka. Alongside Hubbaba and the 8 legendary dragons. Alright, it isn't that far, it's just right there. Gotta save my game a bit and just grind inside the cave for a while. Probably could have done the same thing outside in retrospect, now that I think about it. But yeah, I off-screened these battles for a bit, and for the record, that means I got all 4 encounters here. In these 2 rooms. The reason why I did some level grinding is because A, I wanted to teach Sabin the banish spell, B, I want to max out stamina, and C, I want him to deal a ton of damage to the next boss. Yes, we have another boss fight coming up. And yes, this is story progression that you are seeing right now. Actual story progression. Next episode will be the last episode to feature story progression in a while. But in addition to Gerad and those thieves, we also have Siegfried. I haven't seen Siegfried since the Phantom Train. And there's a reason why all those treasure chests are empty. It's because they've been looted by the thieves and as well as Siegfried. Those items actually become relevant in an upcoming side location. Alright, this one, we got it. Alright, so... Yeah, this castle, Figaro Castle was buried underground, so we can't just leave. So I want to try to make it through this place with minimal encounters. And I just ran into something at the last second. Good thing it was the 3 droppers. 3 droppers are the only new enemies here that are exclusively available in Figaro Castle. Everything else, as well as every other formation, is also available in Figaro Cave. So, you know what? We just got 2 ethers. I think there's one more ether for us to get. Let's use one up right now. But that is a problem. Yeah, no shit. Now, another reason why is because each character you recruit their level will be based on the level average of all your other characters, of all your other party members combined. You know, you average out the combined levels of all your party members, and that's their starting level. And the purpose of leveling up Sabin here is so not just to maximize his damage output, but also Edgar's. Makes them both useful. Also, I gave Sabin the Hermes sandals, so I don't have to, the warp bangle, so I don't have to worry about encounters, and I don't have to worry about the stun ability or getting grabbed. Hermes sandals completely circumvents getting grabbed or getting stunned. Alright, Sabin gets that one unique line of dialogue, so it's not a total loss. But there were so many missed opportunities with Sabin during this parts, but they thought that their last boss had just gotten eaten. Alright. But first, let's go in here. I don't believe there are any encounters in this room, but I picked up the Soul Saber. And again, all the treasure chests there have been emptied out. And will be valuable to us in the Colosseum. Alright, Gravity Rod, Crystal Helm, Aether, an X Potion. There's one more item left for us to get. And there it is, the Royal Crown. We no longer have to return to the South Figaro basement. We can literally get all of our other encounters from South Figaro Cave because we ran to the droppers. Unfortunately, there isn't really anything you can do about the encounters here. Ideally, you wouldn't want to run into anything, but not even the Ward Bangle is all that helpful at ensuring that. But don't worry, I'm gonna off-screen the everyone's level reset, or at least... Alright, we're gonna go to Cogligen. Alright. Because that's the reason why we went to Figaro Castle in the first place. Alright, now we are ready to see the Edgar and Sabin cutscenes. And I want to swap Edgar to the lead for now because that means we get the extra 50% discount from shops. That's assuming they have anything worth picking up. That's when I realized, oh shit, I should probably update my my inventory list. Alright, we don't need to worry about the tool shop. We'll rest for a bit. And not just for free yen either. We get to see the story of how Edgar and Sabin came to be. How they came to inherit their respective roles. And honestly, I think it's most ideal to do these cutscenes in the World of Ruin. This time, they should probably be teenagers. And this is one of my favorite tracks in the game, by the way. Sabin and Edgar are supposed to be teenagers in this flashback. They just chose not to make new sprites for them. The double-sided coin that he used. Edgar flipped the coin to ensure Sabin the outcome would go in his brother's favor. But Sabin would decide whether to leave for freedom. Choose freedom or the kingdom. He chose his freedom. You're a king. Honestly, I think this is the best time to bring Sabin and Edgar together in the Figaro Castle. You technically could see this at any time in the World Balance. This is the best time to see it. And that's basically it. And sorry, when I was working on this video, I sort of got a little carried away. I sort of failed to realize I had a little bit of time left on the clock still. So I wound up cutting this episode a little short. So just a heads up, I manipulate the encounters here so I could get to Coglingen without running into anything. So with that said, I'm just going to save my game and let's try to adjust the equipment here. Or do I? Just try to double check. Alright, see? Sabin knows the banish spell. See, he learned it. Alright, now I'm ready to save my game. It's a little early. Oop, I failed to realize that he, has the diamond helm equipped. And I want to give him the Gigas Glove and Hyper Wrist. I'm going to save my game. In the next episode, we're going to resolve the remaining mandatory plot threads, and then get started on the optional side content of this game. There is a huge assload of side content to pick up. So I hope you're in for a ride here. That is the World of Runes for you. This is Mike Gordon, signing out. Also, here's proof I encountered Dante. See you around, guys.